It might be an interview and drops, but to me, it's the audition.
We can
for
start
the
it
station.
just like that.
Yeah.
We can start it just like that. My man came in swinging. I didn't even have to tell him to call letters or nothing.
Hey,
Got
man.
to it. G Perico in the building, baby. What's happening?
Hey, what's going down, man?
Well, welcome back to Portland.
Portland, I love Portland.
I was going to ask if you've ever been here before, but we got to that already.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you got yourself comfortable up here already.
Yeah, I did. Last time we came out here, I had a show. Damn, I'm bad now. I forgot the name of the theater.
Maybe the Star, Roseland, Hawthorne.
Hawthorne Theater.
Yeah.
Hawthorne Theater, it was great. It definitely exceeded expectations. It was somebody in there with a "So Way Out" tattoo on his stomach, all the way across his stomach.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? They brought some lowriders out. It was a dope time, man. The energy was crazy.
So they like showed up and showed out for that too.
Yeah, I loved it. And then we went shopping.
That's what's up.
I actually renewed my 24-hour fitness pass out here too.
Oh?
My subscription or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I got back in the gym out here too.
So what, you tried to go to the gym and they shut you down? You had to renew it?
And I renewed
That's
it.
Trash.
Sat in the sauna, worked out a little bit, you know.
They should have gave you the free 24.
Hey, my partner,
24.
why my partner? I'm like, why do you got these big pimples on your back, right? When we get up in the sauna, I knew why. He stepped in the sauna, no shoes. He didn't walk across the gym.
Nope.
No socks on.
Nope.
Nothing. He in his drawers. I said, okay, that's why.
It's dudes like that ruin it for everybody, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Right.
You can't be doing that.
That's ugly.
So we obviously know you smoke.
Yes.
It's a given. We in Portland. It's legal. So we're going to kick this off with a game.
Okay, let's do this.
It's called Street or Strain.
Okay.
You got to obviously tell me if it's a street or a type of plant. Ready?
Yeah.
Multnomah.
That sounds like a street.
You got it. How about Tahoe?
Tahoe. That's both.
Okay, you got it. Nailed it. Nailed it. My man's good with it. All right, Terwilliger.
That sounds like a street in one of the original 13 colonies.
It's both, but yeah, you got it.
Okay, it's both.
Let's go with, how about Middle Fork?
Middle Fork?
Mm-hmm.
That sound like it could be both.
That one was a string. So
okay, it's a string.
So technically
okay.
you're right.
Okay, yeah.
You're right. You're going with the both, so that works.
You can't lose with both,
right,
huh?
Yeah, you got it. You got it. I'm going to give you one more. Snowcat.
Man, that's a... Whoa, wait a minute. That might be a street in Tahoe, huh? But I would say strain for sure.
Yeah, you got it. That's definitely a string.
Yeah.
So when I first heard your name was the minute I got the record in the mail. I heard How You Want It.
Okay.
I was like, dog, what is this?
Okay.
And then 2 weeks later, I started around the air and whatnot.
Okay.
I'm getting phone calls in every city I'm in. Like, what is this record? How do we get it? And I was like, okay. So that's how you got my attention off the rip.
Okay, yeah. Well, How You Want It, that's like the first record of me of that kind of, that's the first time I ever did a record like that. Like my music is like storytelling, motivation, game kicking, but from a Los Angeles perspective, you know. And the night we did that record, it was me, 30 Rock, all my team was in this. We was in the studio deep. We was in Atlanta. And
it sounds like you were in Atlanta when you made that thing.
Yeah, and you know, we did a lot of records that's like, you know, typical G Perico records that people would expect. And at the end of the session, it was maybe like 15 minutes left before everybody was, you know, we about to leave. We already packing stuff up. He played that. I said, man, you know what, man? Let me try something different, man. Play one of these. Play something else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And then I start joking. How you want it? How it feel? He like, man, go in there and say that. I'm like, yeah? Man, nah, bro. He said, go in there and say it. So I went in there and did the song. And, you know, it took probably about, like, before the time was up for the session.
Right.
We did the song, and he already had it chopped up, engineered right and everything.
Right.
And maybe a week or two later, 30 hit me. Man, this a joint. This a joint. This a joint. I'm like, no, man, no, it's not. He like, yes, it is. I said, they ain't gonna understand this. But, you know, I was actually wrong, you know? And,
yo,
you know, the people like it.
First time I heard it, I can look you dead in the face and say, I'm like, yo, this shit gonna go.
Yeah, it definitely opened me up to, like, it did its job, you know. It's doing its job, you know what I mean. It opened me up to places I typically wouldn't be in. You know
Absolutely, I mean? And you touched in every region with that too. You know, it's
no doubt,
it's versatile. So, but yeah, so that was the first time I was introduced to it because I'm originally from New York.
Yeah,
so like
East Coast, B.
Yeah, so we, you know, I had to connect a lot of dots when I moved out here. So like, you know, we in a whole different world over here.
Yeah, this is definitely a world of the West Coast is a world of its own.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and shout outs to all the artists that have come through. Like, you know, shout outs to Joe Moses, he pulled up here. RJ pulled up.
Yeah.
Like, got to meet a lot of dope LA dudes. Up
Yeah.
here.
Them good guys right there.
Yeah, for sure. How is it being on the road with Freddie?
Man, it's cracking. It's all type of things. Like, it's fun, exciting. You know what I mean? I got way more jokes than Freddie. You know what I'm saying? He just winning on the Instagram story. But yeah, it's a good time because, you know, Freddie my bro, man.
Right.
Freddie, like, the whole like beginning of me and Freddie, like, I didn't know that Freddie knew who I was already, you know what I'm saying, and was watching me. And we just so happened to have a lot of the same people in our staff, like as far as PR, business manager. My manager was his tour manager at one time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so we already had a connection as far as that. But, you know, that don't always necessarily mean that you're going to, you know, deal with that person because, you know, we might do business with the same people here and there. But, like, my whole, like, first thing with Freddie, when I realized he messed with me and vice versa, I'm like, hey, Freddie, I got this joint, man. I need a verse. You know what I mean? Like some regular rapper stuff.
Right.
I don't even usually do. That's not even my thing, you know? My thing is like, let's holler and build. You know what I mean?
Yeah, chop it up.
And yeah, but I'm like, man, I got this joint. And he was like, man, look, man, forget that verse, man. Look, I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you some game, man. Like, I'm going to help you, you know, learn how to navigate, you know, and make money through this. And this was before, like, anybody in the really, like, I was just like locally in the hoods of LA, you know, bubbling a little bit, but this was before like my underground, you know, stuff catapulted. So he was definitely a person that gave me a lot of insight, you know what I mean, and still showing love. Like, you know, he didn't have to bring me, all the dates been sold out and we've been across the country.
That's what I'm saying.
And they like receiving me well, and the way he introduced me, because, you know, I seen a lot of people on tour with people, and it's you go rap, you go sit in your van.
Right.
Don't come back here with us. You know what I mean? The way I'm getting embraced and brung in, you know, he making sure during his set that, you know, everybody is aware of who I am, and they showing love. So, you know, everything is just 100. Like, it's great. You know what I mean? And this is actually my first time being on tour with somebody.
Right.
My first time on tour, I was, you know, headlining myself, West Coast tour. You know what I mean?
And that puts you in a lot of different places too. That's the
best part, because you know? Like them crowds and sold out crowd, 1,000 people in Boston or whatnot. Like, you know, it was probably maybe about 50 of them that, you know, really came to see G Perico. But outside of that, you know, I'm leaving with more fans, and it's just,
you give them that show, they coming back every time.
Yeah, it's great, you know.
I checked out a couple of earlier interviews, and I had heard you said you played at Webster Hall. And that was hands down one of my favorite venues in New York too.
Yeah, didn't they close Webster Hall down?
They did shut it down. That's
so that was when we performed there. That's when they was in talks of that. So
yeah, me too. That was the last time I played too.
The crazy thing about Webster Hall, it was filled up. You know, it was fans in there, industry people. You know, it was one of those joints. Man, I had to take a dump. Like before every show. Like, I don't know, when it's a good show, like, you know, I get that like. Get anxious, you know what I mean?
Me too.
And you know, my stomach get to doing backflips. I had to take a dump, so I'm, you know, I ran into I ain't even gonna say who it is, but it was somebody's son who's a big A&R, big business mogul. You know what I mean? And he hollering at me, but I gotta take a dump, and I'm hovering over the thing. It ain't no door on the in the stall.
Yo.
I'm like, bro, come on, man, like leave me alone right now, man. You know what I'm saying? And but the show like was like crazy, and I was like maybe, you know, outside of Yams Day, because I've been doing Yams Days, you know, since they started.
Dope, by the way.
So outside of Yams Day, that was like pretty much like one of my first shows in New York. So I was real nervous. Like, I know New York boo people, you know what I mean? And I was nervous about that, but you know, they was rocking with me the whole time.
Yeah. Now that's definitely a historic building right there. So yeah. I hype when I heard that. But that leads me into this. Since then, has there been anywhere on the East Coast that you were extremely caught off guard with the response you were at?
Boston was, man,
when
that was crazy.
Like, you know.
They was just like the whole time just going crazy.
Yeah.
So Boston was super dope. That was surprising. Where else? Oh, DC.
Okay.
DC was rocking with me hard too. And the night before was New York. So New York been showing me love, so it's not a surprise no more.
Right.
But DC, my voice was hoarse, you know? And they still like they roll with me, man. Like they rock with me. And you know, a few ladies jumped. Well, one girl jumped on stage and she did her thing and was partying.
Went to work?
Yeah, she went to work. And yeah, DC and Boston was definitely a surprise. Is Baltimore considered East Coast?
Yeah, for sure. That whole
Baltimore was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the whole East Coast. Like I was real nervous about how they was gonna, you know, take to me.
Right.
So the whole East Coast just showed love. It was surprising. And the only time they booed was in New York. And it was three females on stage. And one of them didn't look too hot. It's not my fault. Right. You know, I didn't dress you up or none of that. You know what I mean? And when I do a thing like come jump on stage, you know, I play How You Want It. Mm-hmm. So when I do How You Want It, I bring the ladies on stage so they can understand the vibe, because, you know, my other music is, you know, storytelling. We on a ride. So, you know, I got to paint the visual for them too. Right. So, you know, we bring the ladies on stage. We dancing. We having a good time. We stay up there. I do like 3 songs. And then, you know, at the end of the thing, they was about to get off stage. I'm like, hold up. Who was the livest in this room? Make some noise. Ah, okay. Make some noise for her. Ah. So I'm thinking, you know, it's just getting louder and louder. I'm thinking the whole room about to rumble. Yeah. Put my hand over the last girl head. It was like, boo, boo. I was like, oh, man, I didn't do it. Play the next song. Let's go.
It going.
Yeah.
Like the tidal wave came.
Yeah, it was crazy. New York is like, they don't got no, like the East Coast, if they don't like it, they ain't gonna let you know. Ain't like we just gonna do something else. They gonna be like,
rock with you.
They gonna be like, get the hell off the stage now.
G Perico, DJ Heat, We 96.3. We out of here, baby.
DJ Heat, baby.
There it is.